Hi, my name is Sierra and I'm volunteering to show you how you can make this flower as wall decor for your room using recycled craft materials. The recycled materials I'm using today include toilet rolls and paper towel rolls. I'm also using some aluminum foil that I have left over from another craft. And then some other materials that you're going to need include paint. You can use any color paint that you'd like. I'm using black. I'm using a sponge paintbrush as well, some glue, and then a pair of scissors. To start, I'm going to be taking my toilet paper roll and I'm going to start cutting it horizontally so that the ring is still intact, and you can cut out several different rings out of this. When you have a few of these rings cut out, you can start painting them. You don't have to paint them, but if you want to, you can. And again, I'm going to be using some black paint, and you can use any colored paint that you'd like. I'm going to squeeze some paint out onto just this plastic sheet so that it doesn't stain anything like my desk. I'm going to start painting these rings black now. I'm starting with only 14, which is about 7 circles per toilet paper roll that I used, and I'm just going to wait for these to dry. All of these have been painted now on both the inside and the outside, so I'm going to start setting up my flower. I started by choosing a center ring for the flower that all of the petals would go around, and then I chose the petals that I would actually put around the circle. I only made enough petals to do one whole ring of petals for the flowers, so I'm going to stick with just keeping 8 flower petals around the center. And then I'm going to take the foil. My foil was very crinkly because, like I said, I used this before for a previous craft, so I just straightened it out with the back of my paintbrush, which is wooden and it has a nice surface with which I could flatten the foil out so that it's nice and smooth. You can also leave it crinkly though if you have it, because that also adds a lot of texture. So now I'm going to take the centerpiece of my flower and I'm going to cut the foil out so that it fits right behind the centerpiece of the flower. To do that, I'm going to use some glue to stick this centerpiece onto the foil. So I'm just using some Elmer's glue, and I will make a thin layer on the border. I'm going to stick the centerpiece directly onto the foil and press down so that it actually gets stuck. The glue has dried, so the circle, the center of the flower, is now stuck to the foil, and so I'm going to go ahead and cut it out. So now I'm going to start actually assembling the flower. Once the center of the circle with the foil attached to it has been cut out, you can start attaching the flower petals to the circle. So just apply a little bit of glue to the end of a petal and then press it on to the center of the flower and hold it there for a couple of seconds until it starts to stick. Don't apply too much glue, or else you'll have to hold the petal to the center of the flower for a long time for the glue to start sticking. So just apply a little bit, and then you can also start applying glue onto the sides of the petals so that the petals can not only stick to the center of the flower but can also stick to each other. This is what my final flower looks like. Yours can be a lot bigger depending on if you decided to add in more petals to the flower, if you had more rings from your toilet paper roll or paper towel roll remaining. This is what mine looks like again, and I'm going to be putting this on my wall. The reason why I like this type of room decor is because you can actually feel it because it's 3D instead of having just a flat painting. And also there's a lot of different textures that you can add to this by using different types of materials. So if you use a different type of recycled paper to make this, it would be a completely different texture. And then also the foil adds another texture element to this piece of wall art. Thank you. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.